Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a request from BusinessOfFear, a paid request, one of two actually. The other I will get to as soon as I possibly can. And he actually wanted me to do a reaction to this, but I already reacted to it in a live stream that he was in, the chat, so I figured I would at least do a separate video. And before I start, if anyone wants to request any type of videos, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews of a movie, or a tier list topic, reaction, commentary, whatever the case may be, video game playthrough, I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. Now before I start, I am a huge fan of this movie. I love The Running Man. I think this is a classic. It is one of my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It might be my second after Predator. I love The Running Man. I love the look of the film. I love the cast. I love the one-liners. Richard Dawson, I think, is fantastic as the villain. I love the aesthetic. The music is fantastic. I love this film. For me, this is a classic. Now, I know throughout the years there were people who were not fans of this movie because it was not like the story. The story by Richard Bachman, a.k.a. Stephen King. Because the story is much more darker, it's much more dour, it's much more depressing. Where it's not like 1 or 2 days, it's a much longer string of time. I think in the story you're going through, like, across the country. And spoiler alert, the way the book ends, the story ends, I should say, is he finds out his family's been killed, and he takes a fucking plane and flies it right into the broadcast and kills the bad guys, but kills himself in the process. Because he has nothing to live for, he has a kamikaze, and everybody dies. Which I damn skippy am sure it's not going to be this. Because I've seen the trailer, and for people saying, but it's more like the book, no it's not, because it doesn't have the tone, it doesn't have the dour, grim, nihilistic take that the story, the novel does. It wants to have its cake and eat it too. It wants to be that story, but it also wants to be this movie. It wants to have the action, some may view it campy elements of this movie, although I just think the movie's badass. But then it wants to have some remnants of the book. It wants to have its TTD too, so it's not going to be, from what I looked at the trailer and the cast, I don't think it's going to be nearly as fun as the original. I don't know if the tone will be that consistent. And Edgar Wright looks like he's taking a paycheck. That's really how I view it. Edgar Wright, his last film or so, did not do well. He wants a film that he hopes will be a hit. So, The Running Man, it's based on a Stephen King, because they sell that name when they did Stephen King's It, Salem's Law, Pet Sematary, even Gerald's Game, all this other stuff, they sell Stephen King's name, although I don't think Stephen King's name means a hell of a lot nowadays compared to back then. Also, remember the last time? I know you don't say it's not a remake of this, it's an adaptation. I heard that before. It was called Total Recall. Remember that? Remember Total Recall? It was a story that became a Schwarzenegger film. I keep wanting to say Stallone. Schwarzenegger film. And then they did a remake. As some would say, adaptation. Well, that movie wasn't like the book, and it ripped off stuff from the movie. This is not going to be a full interpretation of the book. I guarantee you there's going to be lines, there's going to be moments, there's going to be scenes that are just going to be from this movie. Arnold is referenced because if you look closely, the money, Arnold's pictures on it, I guarantee you watch this film, there's going to be lines and there's going to be moments that are going to be referenced to this film. I guarantee it. And yes, Edgar Wright's a good director. That does not mean he does everything hunky-dory perfect. Are there Edgar Wright films I like? Sure, I love Shaun of the Dead. Hot Fuzz is fun. I like Baby Driver. I do. Not everybody does. I do. I hated Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I did not like... What was the one the Edgar Wright was in? Where they go to the bars and it's the end of the world. This... I forget what the hell it was called. I don't even care. Because that's how little I care about. And Last Night in Soho, I didn't care for. So I don't have this thing where I think everything Edgar Wright does is fantastic and perfect. I don't. I don't have that with any director, really. Because I think they all fuck up. I love John Woo. He also did that killer movie remake that was the shits. That came out, was it last year? This is a paycheck for Edgar Wright. And Glenn Powell, why is Glenn Powell this new star that they're shoving down our throats? Twisters, which wasn't that good of a movie. Oh, because he was in Top Gun Maverick? So what? He was also in Expendables 3. Remember that? I sure as hell don't wanna. So there's the guy from Expendables 3, the guy from Twisters, and now this. And this film, it reminded me of the Total Recall remake. If you remember that movie with Colin Farrell, except without all the lens flares. Because, as I call that film, it was total lens flares, the movie. Because almost every other shot was lens flares, so you could barely see what the fuck's going on half the time. So granted, this doesn't have lens flares. But still, like you look at this beginning, I know I can't show it because they're copyright, but when he's walking around and you see the cityscape, that reminds me of Total Recall remake. Like his apartment looks like Colin Farrell's apartment. It really does. It looks like Colin Farrell's apartment in the Total Recall remake. And you know, this guy is trying to have the vibe like Colin Farrell tried to have the vibe in the Total Recall remake. And then he did like the established actor, and that it was Bryan Cranston, and here is Josh Brolin. But it doesn't fucking matter. Glenn Powell, I don't think is leading man material. I do not think he's leading man material. He may work in a supporting role. He may work in the third or fourth tier as a lead. No, I don't think so. It's like when they try to put Taylor Kitsch as a star. Remember, you had like Battleship and John Carter and some of these other movies. He's one of these guys that they try to make into a star. So they put him in 3, 4, 5 movies, and then not many of them do well. And then soon they'll disappear into TV work or supporting roles and etc. once it dies down. And then this guy who's like the, I don't know, the MC, however you want to put it. I just found him really annoying. He looks like Rembrandt Brown from Sliders. And there's only one Rembrandt Brown. And it's the TV show Sliders. But that's what this guy's like trying to pretend to be. And I just find him annoying. Yeah, one guy dressed like he's Michael Jackson from Moonwalker with the white hat and white suit. You have the ladies trying to be like the Nitro Girls, or trying to be like the girls in this movie. Which is funny, because it's like more like the book. The book was more like dour and serious, but then it wants to be sensationalistic. But they don't know how to do that right. They don't know how to do that well. And the humor does nothing for me. There's a bit where he's like, how about you kiss my ass? And then it shows him in his tighty whities spanking his ass. I don't find that funny. I don't find it entertaining. I find that eye-rolling. Like, oh my god. Josh Brolin I liked as an actor, but you know what? He was also in Jonah Hex. Him being in a film doesn't automatically mean it's good. You remember Jonah Hex? And at this point, we've seen movies where now everybody's trying to look for this one person, trying to hunt him down, or they're taking pictures, or looking. Hell, there was that fun, the fucking, I wish it was fun. What was that film with Awkwafina and John Cena? And I reviewed it, and I forgot what the hell it was called. Here, just a second, I'll do. The film with Awkwafina and John Cena. Jackpot. where the girl wins the lottery, and if she survives for this long, she gets the whole money, so everyone's trying to kill her. So it's not like we haven't seen other movies fucking do that since The Running Man. Gamer wasn't the exact same thing, to be fair, but at least like Gamer like tried to do its own thing, and I thought it was an entertaining movie. So it wasn't like a carbon copy of The Running Man, but there's a little bit of resemblance, but it was still its own thing. And like you watch the trailer, you watch the tone, Gerard Butler, like that's a movie you could get into, at least for me. I don't buy Glenn Powell being this badass that he could grab a stun baton and like, this is the face he made. When he constipated, shit his pants. I don't buy it. Hook, line, or sinker, none of that. I like Josh Brolin, but he doesn't have the Richard Dawson. He's no Richard Dawson on that front. The wannabe Rembrandt Brown with the purple suit is annoying. So they, in a similar fashion, they have the bit where they're in the tubes and they slide down. Because you see them in these tubes. So already, I don't even know if they have it in this. Kind of like that, only they're standing up and there's multiple of them. So they still slide down in a fucking thing like that. There's this shot with the American flag. I'm so worried there's going to be a lot of political shit about right-wing people and the message and all that. I just wonder if they'll put that shit in there. So he's pretty much going across. So it's like The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. William H. Macy's in this. The action scenes, I mean, have you seen a number of them, like John Wick style? It's nothing we haven't seen before. So I'm just looking through it again. There's the bit where he slides the elevator, he tries to be funny and tough, the guy gets the grenade back into him. He slides down and then he says some stupid corny line. Like, you shitters or something. Or shit eaters. You shit eaters. I'm like, dude, no, you're not funny, you're not charismatic. It's like they wanted Ryan Reynolds and they couldn't get him. I mean, it's like, we couldn't get Ryan Reynolds, or we couldn't get these other guys, so here we have this guy trying to be that. And sorry, I'm running out of shit to say about it. To me, some of the action scene wants to be try hard. It doesn't know if it wants to be the book or the Arnold movie. I have a feeling that's what it's going to be when the movie comes out. People don't say, is it trying to be the book or is it trying to be the Arnold movie? Okay, it wants to be its own thing. So people say, it's like the book. It's not. And, of course, it thinks it wants to be a fun movie like the Arnold film, unless that's the advertisement lying to people and it's a different type of movie. And Glenn Powell, I just don't buy. I don't buy Glenn Powell as the lead. I don't think he's leading man material, like I said before. It might have some capable action, but I'm sorry, that's not enough. I've seen how Ballerina has some capable action, like the flamethrower stuff. I would say that was really good, but lame story, lame lead. forgettable music. Like, all the other trimmings weren't there. That really makes it a memorable viewing experience. And it's like, studios are just desperate. What's a name we could prop up? Well, we could do the Running Man, and we could say, we're being more like the Stephen King, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure Stephen King will see it and he'll praise it. Because nowadays he'll like praise anything that his name's attached to. Because he don't give a fuck anymore. But yeah. Edgar Wright definitely took a paycheck for this movie. It just looks so fucking useless. We got Running Man at home. Why don't we just watch this? Re-release this in theaters. How about that? You want to, however, you re-release this in theaters and then have it be around here? I'll give it a look at the theater. How about that? How about them apples? This movie's going to come out and it's going to be forgotten by the end of the year, and then no one's going to talk about it. By the time it's January, no one's going to talk about this. No one. It's going to come out. It's probably not going to do that well. It's going to underperform. Yeah, it could be wrong. Hell, I mean, depends, I guess, what else is coming out, if nothing else coming out. But I would not be surprised if it underperforms and it doesn't do as well, because there'll be people like me that's like, well, why do I need to see this? I'll just watch the original film. Or some will go, I don't need to see this in theater. I'll watch it streaming. I'll watch it when it comes to Netflix or whatever streaming platform. Or who the fuck is Glenn Powell? Anyway, with that said, I think this looks like dog shit. I really do. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.